Good morning, guys. Matthew 5 through 15, or 10, 5 through 15. These 12 Jesus sent out, the 12 disciples, instructing them, go nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he's not telling them never to go into Gentile regions. We know this because he later sends them into Gentile regions. But he's saying for this mission, you're not going to any Gentile regions. You're going to the Jewish people. And proclaim as you go, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without pay, give without pay. So he's giving them the power to do the things that he does, to do the healings and things that he does, which really shows the power of Jesus, that he is God in the flesh, that he is able to give them the power to do things only God can do. And then he says, you received without pay, give without pay. So you receive the gospel without having to do anything. Jesus died on the cross for no reward. So you're not to take any reward for doing the things God is doing through you, right? Because again, you're not doing them. It's God who's doing them. So you shouldn't be receiving any rewards for this. So he's telling them, don't take any money, don't take any rewards, don't ask for anything. God is given to you freely. You give freely as well. Acquire no gold or silver or copper for your belt, no bag for your journey, or 2 tunics or sandals or staff, for the laborer deserves his food. Okay, so we get it seems contradictory here. The laborer deserves his food after we're being told not to take anything. But basically the idea here is you're not going to take anything extra. God is going to provide for you along the way. He's going to provide the essential needs, the food. And so you can take the essentials, but don't, he's telling them, don't like be planning for the future as if you have any great needs and you're providing for yourself. He's saying God is going to provide for you on this mission. Trust God, trust that he's got you. Now he's going to provide food for you along the way. Take that when you need it, but you're not storing things up. Right? Because we're trusting that he is with us in this journey and that he is going to provide for you along this journey. And whatever town or village you enter, find out who's worthy in it and stay there until you depart. Worthy just means that they're responding positively to the gospel, right? That they're not just totally, nope, I'm not having anything to do with that. So it says, As you enter the house, greet it, and if the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not receive you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet when you leave that house or town. Truly, I say to you, it will be more bearable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah than for that town. So we're going to get into, in the next few verses, some of the things that he's warning that they're going to experience along the way. But for that last part there, he's saying, and I think this relates to us, you're not to worry about how people respond to the gospel. That is not within your control and within your concern. Your job is to take the gospel and to preach it freely and be willing to share with people what God has done in your life. And if people are turned off to that, if people don't want to hear that, if they're turned off to the gospel, it's not your job to save them. It's not your job to convince them or to change their hearts. That's God's job, right? So you focus on living out the gospel, living a godly life, and being willing to talk about God when the opportunity arises to talk about God. And you're going to get different reactions. You're going to get people who think that you're whatever because they've got their own image of what Christians are. It's not your job to worry about. And it's not your job to try to convince them that Christians are something else or that they need to believe in God or they're going to hell. That's going to turn more people off to the gospel. We're not arguing about the gospel. We're just trying to freely talk about what he's done through our lives.